Hello my dear children, welcome back to English class. So today we are going to see a beautiful poem number 4, A Thing of Beauty, written by John Keats. So you can take your books, children, be ready with your books, with your classwork note and with your stationery. You can take your book, page number 98, you can find this poem. So before we read the poem, let's read about the poet, children. So this is John Keats, who has written this beautiful poem. Now let's read about him. So John Keats was born on 31st of October in 1795 and he passed away on 23rd of February in 1821. So he was just 25 years old when he passed away. You might be wondering how, why, what might have happened. So I will tell you that later, children, but before that let's read about the poet. So John Keats was a British romantic poet. Romantic poet, not the romance which we see in the movies, but here romantic poet means he used to write poetries based on nature, beauty, nature or alagu patti describe panni eludradhu. So because of that he was called a romantic poet. Okay, even Wordsworth, have you heard his name? William Wordsworth, a very famous poet. He was also a romantic poet, children. So romantic அப்படினா நம்ம வந்து we should not misunderstand. Romantic poet means the poets who write about nature, the beauty of nature. They are called romantic poets. Okay. So this young writer, he was a romantic poet and he was also a trained surgeon. He was also a doctor, children, but he was very much interested in writing poetry, okay, and the creative writing la avarukku romba pidichadu. So he continued his poetry writing and all that. So during his age he was one of the most famous English poets, not only during his age but even today. John Keats அப்படினாவே English literature he holds a very important place. Okay, so without him there is no English literature. So that kind of poet he was, and some of his notable works are Ode on a Grecian Urn. This is a wonderful poem, children, very beautiful poetry this is. Urn means a very big utensil, okay, or periya paatram, and on that urn so many pictures were there, and John Keats அந்த போயட்ரியில் வந்து அந்த பிக்சர்ஸ் எல்லாமே டிஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணி அவர் பாடுற மாதிரி அந்த சாங் இருக்கும், அந்த போயம் இருக்கும். So it is very beautiful. So again he wrote about beauty only in that poem. Next poem is Ode to a Nightingale. Ode means address, okay, addressing, telling about, அதுதான் ode. So in the next poem he wrote about nightingale, the beautiful sweet voice of nightingale. So இதுவும் வந்து nature related தான். Okay, next poetry is To Autumn. Autumn means it is a season, yes or no, where it is a fall season, fall, fall season, where leaves fall. அடுத்த ஸ்ப்ரிங் சீசன் வரும்போது நியூ லீவ்ஸ் ஃப்ளவர்ஸ் எல்லாம் ப்ளூம் ஆகும். ஓகே, ஸோ To Autumn அது வந்து ஒரு poetry that is also related to nature. Okay, so you might be wondering why how he passed away at a very young age. So let me tell you that he was diagnosed with tuberculosis. Now you see the year, children. Tuberculosis means TB, yes or no? So you see the year. He was born in 1795, so and he died in 1821, so nearly 200 years ago, yes or no? So at that time, no, there was no medicine for tuberculosis. Okay, like nowadays we don't have any medicine for corona, and because of that so many people are dying, losing their lives, yes or no? So like that, TB, tuberculosis, in those days it didn't have any proper medication, the treatment எதுமே கிடையாது அந்த டைம்ல. So it was he faced his death because of tuberculosis. In 1820 itself his health started deteriorating, and in the month of February and all, in the next year 1821 la January February and the time la vandu he started coughing blood, and he passed away on 23rd of February in 1821. And after his death only, he became very famous because he wrote poetry only for 6 years, because he was very young. Yes or no? So 19 age la irundha da அவர் poetry எழுத start பண்ணாரு. He was very serious in writing poetry when he was 19 years old, and only for 6 years he wrote poetry. And his poetry, poetries were very very difficult for the critic to understand. And அந்த லெவலுக்கு he used to write poetries. Okay, so his poetry were very tricky, and for a common man it was very difficult to understand. So நிறைய criticsக்கு வந்து அவரோட work வந்து புரியல. But after his death, new critics they started coming, and they started analyzing his work, and they started loving his work, and he became very famous after his death. Okay, so unfortunately he couldn't contribute much to the English literature, but nevertheless whatever he has contributed, they are all extraordinary work, children, and we are going to read one of them today. So before going into the poem, let us read about the poem. So this poem is an excerpt. Excerpt means a small part of, it is taken from. Okay, so this poem is taken from a very lengthy poem, a very long poem called Endymion, a poetic romance. புரியுதாடா? So Endymion, a poetic romance, ஒரு பெரிய poetry அது. It carries nearly 1000 lines. Okay, Endymionங்கிறது ஒரு பெரிய long poetry, 1000 lines அந்த poetryல இருக்கும். And this poem, which is given in your book, children, A Thing of Beauty, in the poem வந்து Endymion poetry ஓட ஒரு சின்ன part. Okay, that is why it is called an excerpt. It is taken from Endymion. Now let's read about the poem. So as I already told you, this poetry is an excerpt from Endymion. Endymion அந்த poetryல என்னதா இருக்கு? It is very lengthy. So adula என்னதா இருக்கும்? A very beautiful long story. புரியுதா? So this story, it is based on a Greek legend. அது ஒரு Greek legendல பேஸ் பண்ண ஒரு story, children. Legend means very ancient old stories. Okay, they that is called legend. Okay, that is never fading. So very important and very ancient Greek story base பண்ணி தான் இந்த Endymion அப்படின poetry யார் எழுதியிருக்கா? John Keats. Okay, and in this story அந்த Endymion-ங்கற ஸ்டோரியில வந்து, அந்த poetryல வந்து, the main character is Endymion. Okay, and who is Endymion? Endymion is a beautiful young shepherd. Shepherd na enna? Who is a shepherd? Shepherd means the one who keeps cows and goats and sheep. Okay, adala aadu mekiravan. So a beautiful young shepherd da Endymion and the story la. He is not only a shepherd but also a poet. Okay, and who lived on Mount Latmus. And there is another character in this story, children, Cynthia. Cynthia, who is Cynthia? She is a moon goddess. Purida. So Endymion, this young shepherd, this young boy, he always used to search Cynthia. Okay, and the whole poetry la vandu pathena இந்த சிந்தியாவை தேடி நிறைய so many thick forest குள்ளெல்லாம் போய், under the sea, going into the forest, crossing all the barriers. Okay, அதெல்லாம் தாண்டி யாரை பார்க்கறதுக்காக, யாரை தேடி போவார் அந்த Endymion? சிந்தியாவை பார்க்கறதுக்காக he used to wander here and there. Wanderனா அங்கே இங்கே அலையிறது. Okay, அங்கே இங்கே சுத்துறது. So he used to wander in the forest, under the sea, to search Cynthia. Who was Cynthia? She was the goddess of moon. She was a moon goddess. Okay, so basically this long poem, it is a romantic genre. அழகு பத்தி தான் இந்த poetryல அவர் எழுதியிருப்பாரு. And இந்த poetry ஒரு சின்ன part தான் this poem, A Thing of Beauty. But don't think that in this poem there is something related to Endymion or Cynthia. No, in the poetry la vandu only he has written about beauty. He has shared his view about beauty. ஓகே பியூட்டி அழகு அப்படிங்கிறது என்னன்னு அவர் சொல்லியிருக்காரு ஓகே poet சொல்லியிருக்காரு and this poem is it has rhyming couplets means what is the meaning of couple means two okay couplet இப்போ திருக்குறள் எல்லாம் இருக்குல்ல so it is a couplet line two lines are there yeah in Hindi we have doha right kabir ke dohe you might have read in your junior classes kabir das ke dohe means what two couplets means two lines so in this whole poem we are going to see now so the whole poem is based on the rhyming couplets only and AABB is a rhyme scheme. I will show you children when we go into the poem. Now let's start. So here is stanza 1. I want all of you to take page number 98. Take a pencil and take a colored pen. Nalla bright color pen on eduthuko. And when I say meaning, you please write with the pencil. And when I say any poetic device, please mark it with a colored pen. Okay, in your book itself. And notes you take in your classwork note. Whatever notes I'm giving you, or explanation and the over stanza or explanation ipo na panna poren. So everything you please write in your classwork note. Okay. So let's start children. So this beautiful poem is written by John Keats. Now we are going to start. A thing of beauty is joy forever. Its loveliness increases. It will never pass into nothingness, but will keep a bower quiet for us and sleep full of sweet dreams and health and quiet breathing. The next line I have given in brackets. Why? Just to show you the rhyme scheme. Okay, so அது நம்ம லாஸ்ட்ல பார்க்கலாம். இப்போ again you see a thing of beauty is joy forever. So the poet says that a beautiful thing always gives us joy. Okay, joy means happiness. Okay, so he says a beautiful thing is a source of happiness. Okay, ஒரு அழகான விஷயம் தான் நம்மளுக்கு சந்தோஷத்தை கொடுக்குது. So according to us, see, when we think of beauty, we think of some actor, yes or no, or a beautiful place, அந்த மாதிரி தான் நம்ம think பண்ணோம். But here in this poem, the poet, he doesn't talk about the outer beauty. Okay, he is talking about the beauty of nature. In the whole poem you are going to see that only. Beauty na alagu அப்படின ஒண்ணே we should not misunderstand it with some actor or actresses. அந்த அழகா தெரியிற விஷயம் வந்து அழகில்ல அப்படினு அவர் சொல்றாரு. He is connecting beauty with the beautiful nature. Okay children, so he says that a beautiful thing is a source of happiness. Then its loveliness increases. Okay, that means what? It never fades. Okay, it never decreases. ஒரு அழகுங்கிறது அந்த அழகு கொடுக்குற சந்தோஷம் வந்து it always increases, and the loveliness வந்து it always increases, it doesn't decrease. Then it will never pass into nothingness. The happiness which the beauty is giving us, no, அந்த அழகுங்கிற விஷயம் வந்து நம்மளுக்கு ஒரு சந்தோஷத்தை கொடுக்கும்போது that happiness will never pass into nothingness. Nothingness please underline and you write it will never become fade. Okay, it will never become fade, F-A-D-E, fade. Okay, so that happiness is constant. Okay, it is not temporary, other meaning. Okay, see, when we see the outer beauty, when you are very young you look so beautiful, yes or no, but as the days pass, as you know the years pass, that beauty will fade away, yes or no, that beauty will go away, it will leave you, and the alagu and the shine and the skin oda idu, that everything will go away from you. And when you become 80 or 90 years old, just imagine all your skin will become shrunk, yes or no, alla suringi poi vayasana eppadi irukum. So that beauty is not permanent. Okay, it will not give us permanent happiness. But according to the poet, the real beauty, the beauty which we see in the nature, okay, in the sun, in the moon, in the water, the cool breeze, the sunshine, okay, the stream and the rivers, all these natural elements will give us happiness, and that happiness will never fade. Okay, will never it is endless. Okay, அதுதான் அவர் சொல்றார். But will keep a bower quiet for us. Bower, please underline and write shady trees. Okay, so in this happiness, no, what it will give us? The poet is comparing that happiness with a bower quiet. Bower means trees shade, a shade of a tree. Okay, so just imagine that you are walking under hot sun and suddenly you are sitting under a shade of a tree. How wonderful and peaceful and relaxing you will feel. Yes or no? So he says that that is the real beauty. Okay, it always gives us peace, it always gives us happiness. Okay, so under the tree shade we sleep, we take rest, and when we sleep we get dreams, sweet dreams, we will get good health, and we will have quiet breathing. Okay, very fresh air we will be breathing. Okay, so the nature is always giving us happiness. That is what he is trying to say. And see the last line here, I have given in the bracket, that I have given only for the rhyme scheme, to show the rhyme scheme. Actually it will come in the next slide also. So when you see the first two lines, children, a thing of beauty is joy forever. See the next line, its loveliness increases, it will never. So see the last word, first line last word, second line last word, forever, never. It is rhyming, it is aa, because it gives the same sound. Yes or no? Rhymes, it rhymes same, it is rhyming, so it is aa. See the next line, last word, keep and sleep, so these are also rhyming words, so it is bb. Okay, so two lines pathina and the couplet vande it is rhyming. So the whole poem comes like this only. Please mark in your book. Okay, now let's see the poetic device. Now you see the second line and third line, children, it will never pass into nothingness. So it is enjambment. What is enjambment? When when a line continues in the next line. Okay, when you see the second line, it will never pass into nothingness, adha or line, ana இந்த ஒரு லைனை கட் பண்ணிட்டு the poet has put into the next line. Okay, it will never ஒரு லைன்ல, pass into nothingness next லைன்ல இருக்கு. So this is enjambment. Please mark it, children. Next line you see, a bower quiet. So here what is bower quiet? Is it really the tree shade? No, the happiness is compared with the shade of a tree. So here it is metaphor. Please underline a bower quiet and you write metaphor, metaphor, metaphor. Okay, when you see the next line, the same line, and sleep full of sweet dreams. This is alliteration, even though it goes in the next line. This is also enjambment, children, please mark it. And sleep and sweet, they are alliteration. Okay, now let's see the second stanza. So here it is stanza 2. Let's read. Therefore, on every morrow, morrow means the next day, underline morrow and you write the next day, the following day. Are we reading? Underline reading and you write surround. Surround, 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 covering. Okay, are we reading a flowery band? Flowery band na theriyum unakku. Flowery band means the band which is made up of flowers. Okay, to bind us to the earth. Bind means to connect, to tie, tie, tie to the earth. Now here what is the meaning here? The poet is trying to say that every day it is the beauty which fills us with the spirit to live. Okay, it gives us happiness. Already na sonna madri. So here the poet is comparing. Every morrow means what? Therefore means so every next day we are surrounded with happiness, and the happiness da nammala in the earth kuda connect panni vekkudhu. We are that means we are alive. Okay, we are alive and happy. That is why we are living on this earth. Okay, if there is, just imagine that our life is fully surrounded with sorrow, depression, will it be easy to live on this earth? No, it will be very difficult to live on this earth. Yes or no? So because of this happiness only, we are still connected to the earth. That means we are still alive on the earth. Next, spite of despondence. Spite of, what's the meaning of spite? Spite means to hurt someone. Okay, underline spite and you write hurting someone. Okay, மற்றவங்களை காயப்படுத்துறது, கஷ்டப்படுத்துறது. Okay, and despondence, underline despondence and you write hopelessness. Hopelessness, எந்த ஒரு hope இல்லாம இருக்கு. Okay, so here you have to see a group of people who always hurt others. Okay, is that beauty? No, it is not beauty. Okay, it is very ugly. So some people, they always hurt others and they make them feel very hopeless. Okay, which is, see the next word, of the inhumane death. Inhumane, underline inhumane and you write terrible. Okay, terrible, very bad. Okay, very ugly. Inhumane, that means no humanity. Inhumane death, underline death and you write very less. Okay, underline death and you write very very less. That means shortage of or scarcity of. Okay, so what is very less? இப்போ inhumane இந்த ஆக்டிவிட்டி என்ன ஆக்டிவிட்டி? மற்றவங்களை கஷ்டப்படுத்துறது, மற்றவங்களை ஹர்ட் பண்ணுறது, மற்றவங்களோட மனசு கஷ்டப்படுத்துகிற மாதிரி நம்ம பேசுறது. ஸோ இதெல்லாம் ஸ்பைட் அப்படின்னு நம்ம சொல்கிறோம். ஸோ இதெல்லாமே வந்து இன்ஹியூமேன். இட் இஸ் வெரி வெரி பேட், இட் இஸ் வெரி ஆஃபுல். அது வந்து இட் இஸ் அகெயின்ஸ்ட் ஹியூமனிட்டி. எஸ் ஆர் நோ? ஸோ இதனால there are so many things which are very less. So what is very less? See the next line, of noble natures. Noble natures, noble means good, natures means the people. Okay, good natured people. Okay, nalla manasulla people, they are very less nowadays. Okay, and because of this, see the next word, of the gloomy days. Because of this, what happens? Gloomy means very sad. Okay, the whole world becomes very sad. Why it becomes very sad? Because of scarcity of noble natures. Okay, ஏன்னா நல்ல மனசுள்ள human being வந்து very less on this earth. Okay, and inhumanity அதுதான் அதிகமா இருக்கு அப்படின்னு poet சொல்றாரு. That is not beauty அப்படின்னு அவர் சொல்றாரு. See the next line, of all the unhealthy and over darkened ways. Again this is negative only. Unhealthy, okay, the people, okay, the bad natured people, and over darkened ways. Okay, that means over darkened means what? Again it is sadness, sorrow, depression. Dark now enadu? Unhappiness. Okay, underline over darkened ways and you write unhappiness. Okay, very sad. Made for our searching, yes, in spite of all, some shape of beauty moves away the pall from our dark spirits. So இவ்வளவும் இருந்தும் some beauty, some shape of beauty means some beauty, ஏதோ ஒரு வகையான அழகு. Okay, here வகையான அழகு means it doesn't mean the physical beauty, children. It means the natural beauty, the beauty of nature. Okay, the beauty of mountains, beautiful valleys, the natural scenery எல்லாம் இருக்கும் இல்லையா அதெல்லாம். Okay, so all these the ஏதோ ஒரு வகையான அழகு வந்து it moves away the pall. Underline pall and you write actually pall ஓட meaning வந்து coffin. COFFIN, coffin கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கியா? What is the meaning of coffin? coffin குள்ள தான் நம்ம டெட் பாடி எல்லாம் நம்ம வைப்போம். ஓகே, அந்த coffin வந்து கிரவுண்டுக்குள்ள நம்ம we bury them. ஓகே, இந்த கிறிஸ்டியன் மோஸ்ட்லி இந்த கிறிஸ்டியன் இதில் நீ பார்த்துப்ப. ஸோ டெட் பாடிஸ் எல்லாம் they put in the coffin, ஒரு சவப்பெட்டி அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம் தமிழில், ரைட்? ஆக்சுவலி பாலோட மீனிங் வந்து coffin, but here you write cloud of sadness. You write cloud of sadness. So just imagine, நீ இப்போ visualize பண்ணி பாரு, உன்னோட லைஃப் வந்து it is full of dark spirits. நீ வந்து coffin means ஒரு sadness, okay, and ஏதோ ஒரு அழகு, ஏதோ ஒரு some shape of beauty is coming to you and it is removing the unhappy cloud from your dark spirits. Okay, dark spirits means unoda dark days, unoda sad days, okay, your gloomy days. So ivlo negative in the world la irundum there is some positivity, there is some beauty, and that beauty will remove the cloud of unhappiness from our lives. See how beautifully the poet is putting his idea, yes or no? So now let us see the poetic device, children. See the first line, are we reading? Actually it is not a question, it is a statement only. அது எப்படி வந்திருக்கணும்னா we are reading அப்படின்னு வந்திருக்கணும், but the poet has interchanged the word. He has written are we reading. So this is inversion. I have written there, please write it in your notebook, in your book also. It is inversion. I'll give you one more example. இப்போ mostly இந்த comparingலாம் பார்த்திருப்பேன், here comes so and so to read the news, here comes the choir girls to sing the song. So here this is called inversion, okay. Usually the choir girls come here to sing the song அப்படினா வந்திருக்கணும், but usually we say here comes or verb lendana we always start, okay. So are we reading, so the verb lend start agudhu, so this is inversion. See the next line, a flowery band, this is happiness, okay. நம்மள சுத்தி happiness இருக்கு அப்படினு poet சொல்றாரு. So happiness is compared with the flowery band. So flowery band is what? It is a metaphor, metaphor, metaphor. See the fourth line, of noble natures, NN, it starts with two words, start with same sound, consonant sound. So this is alliteration. Please make a note of it, children. It is alliteration, alliteration, alliteration. See the last word, gloomy days. So how are the days? The days are gloomy. So what is that? It is epithet, epithet, epithet. Epithet means what? When an adjective is used in a poetry, it is called epithet, okay. So how are the days? Days eppadi irukku? Gloomy ah irukku, okay. So this is epithet. Now see the next line, off, and adukku munadi line la off irukku, second line la off. So what is this? We have seen this already. So two consecutive line, rendu அடுத்த வர line ஒரே wordல start ஆனா that poetic device is called what? It is called anaphora, 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 okay. See the next one, some shape, okay. Two words with consonant letter SS start agudhu illaya, so this is also alliteration. Please write. See the next one, Paul from our dark spirit. So Paul na indatla unmiyanme coffin kadiyadu, okay. So the poet is comparing our sadness with coffin, okay. So this is what? This is also metaphor, metaphor. Very well done, children. Let's see the next stanza now. Stanza 3, such the sun, the moon, trees old and young, sprouting a shady bone, for simple sheep, and such are daffodils, with a green world they live in, and clear rills, that for themselves a cooling covert make, against the hot season the mid forest break. Wow. So here the poet, he has given so many things, yes or no? Sun, moon, trees, then shady trees, then sheep, daffodils, idella kuduthirukkaru. All the nouns he has given here. So what the poet is trying to say? The poet says that these are the things which give us beauty, okay, which give us happiness. Okay, இதெல்லாம் தான் அந்த அழகு அப்படின்னு poet சொல்றாரு. Okay, so it is not any actress or actor. Okay, so அழகுங்கிறது என்னது? இதெல்லாம் தான். Okay, so what the poet is listing out now, what the poet is listing, he is telling the sun, the moon, trees. What trees? Old and young, all kinds of trees. Okay, small plants to big trees, all the trees. Then sprouting a shady boon. Sprouting means producing, giving a shady boon. That means trees only, the trees which give us shade. It is like a boon to us. Boon na ஒரு வரம், புரியுதா? ஸோ ஒரு வரம் மாதிரி நம்மளுக்கு அந்த ட்ரீஸ் எல்லாம் ஷேட் கொடுக்குது, நிழல் கொடுக்குது. Then see the next line, for simple sheep. So he is including sheep, that means animal. sheepனா ஒரே sheep மட்டும் கிடையாது, sheep means the animals. And such are daffodils. Daffodils means they are the kinds of flowers. Okay, very small white and yellow color flowers தான் daffodils அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. So daffodils, the flowers he is talking about. So he is talking about flora and fauna. Okay, plants and animals and the heavenly things, sun and the moon, so all the creepers and climbers. So எல்லாமே nature தான். Okay, all natural things he is talking about. So and such are daffodils with the green world they live in. Green world, now world, daffodils oda world edu? The grasslands. Okay, the forest, the valleys, adha avangaloda world. So the green world means the green grassland. Underline green world and you write green grassland. Grassland enadhu? The mountains, valleys they live in. And clear rills. Underline rills and you write small streams. Okay, small streams or brooks. 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 brooks na enna? இந்த மலையில இருந்து, இந்த மவுண்டன்ல இருந்து குட்டி குட்டி ரிவர் மாதிரி எல்லாம் கொட்டும் பாத்தியா, that is called brook. ஓடை அப்படின்னு நம்ம சொல்லலாம் தமிழ்ல. ஓடை சின்ன சின்ன வாட்டர் பாடிஸ் சில்ட்ரன். ஸ்மால் ஸ்ட்ரீம், ரிவர்னா பெருசு, அதை விட ரொம்ப குட்டியா இருக்கிறது தான் ஸ்ட்ரீம் அப்படின்னு நம்ம சொல்றோம். ஸோ அவ்வளோ அழகா he has the poet is describing the nature. ஸோ இதெல்லாம் தான் அழகு அப்படின்னு poet சொல்றாரு. Next line you see, that for themselves a cooling covert make. Okay, so that for themselves a cooling covert. What is covert? Underline covert and you write bush. Thick bush. Okay, so he is also talking about very cool covert. Okay, covert means bush, நிறைய புதர் அப்படின்னு சொல்றாரு. Against the hot season. Okay, the mid forest break. Underline mid forest break and you write marshy land. Thick marshy land. marshi. Thick marshy land. Marshy means always wet. எப்போவுமே ஈரமாக இருக்கிற ஒரு லேண்டுனா மார்ஷி அப்படின்னு நம்ம சொல்லுவோம். அந்த மழை பெஞ்சா நம்ம சேரு அதெல்லாம் இருக்கும்ல, that is called marshy. So the poet is talking about the nature and அவர் என்ன சொல்றாரு? See the first line, such the sun. So he is giving a list. Okay, all the beautiful things oda list தான் இது நமக்கு கிட்ட கொடுத்திருக்காரு. என்னென்ன beautiful things இருக்கு? The sun, the moon, trees old and young, sprouting a shady boon. So அந்த நிழல், அந்த ட்ரீ கொடுக்கிற நிழல் வந்து எப்படி இருக்கு நம்மளுக்கு? ஒரு வரம் மாதிரி இருக்கு. Okay, it is like a boon to us. boon-na varam. Okay, a lucky thing. Okay, next, a simple sheep. And such are daffodils with the green world they live in, and clear rills. Clear means without any dirt. Okay, அழுக்கு இல்லாம இருக்கிறது, ரொம்ப கிளியரா ஓடுற அந்த ஓடை. Okay, that the streams, the beautiful brooks from which come from the mountains, that for themselves a cooling covert make, against the hot season the mid forest break. Okay, ஸோ கூலிங் கோவர்ட்னா அந்த ரொம்ப புஷியாக இருக்கிறது, ரொம்ப கூலாக இருக்கிற அந்த புதர், ப்ளஸ் ஹாட் சீசனில் சம்மர் சீசனில் நம்மளுக்கு எப்போவுமே ஈரமாக இருக்கிற அந்த ஃபாரஸ்ட். ஓகே, ஸோ இதெல்லாம் தான் அழகு அப்படின்னு போயிட்டு சொல்கிறாரு. Now let's see the poetic device, children. See the first line, sun, such and sun. The two words, they start with same consonant sound. So this is alliteration. See the next line, old and young. Two opposite words come in the same line. Old, young, two opposite இல்லையா? So this is called antithesis. Antithesis, A-N-T-I, anti-na opposite, clockwise, anti-clockwise அப்படி நம்ம சொல்றோம் இல்லையா? So that is opposite. A-N-T-I, antithesis, T-H-E-S-I-S, antithesis. Sprouting means giving, producing a shady boon, boon na varam. Okay. For simple sheep, SS. So this is also alliteration. See the next line, green world. So this is metaphor. Okay, the green world na world kadayadu, green grassland. Okay, adu yaroda world? Daffodils oda world. Daffodils na flower. Okay, the beautiful white and yellow small flowers, they are called daffodils. Green world appadina green grassland. This is metaphor. They na who here? The daffodils. Okay, they live here. So daffodils ku da they use பண்ணிருக்காங்க. So what is they? It is personification. Person, you write person, P-E-R-S-O-N, personification, N-I-F-I-C-A-T-I-O-N, personification. Next line you see, cooling covert. This is also alliteration, C-C, K. Okay, two consonant sounds I use. Next line you see, against. அங்க வந்து A இல்லாம இருக்கு. Yes or no? It is not against. It is against. அதில் நம்ம தான் புரிஞ்சுக்கணும். A is not written there. அங்க எழுதல poet. Okay. So that also you underline and you write synecdoche. Synecdoche. I'll spell it. Please write S-Y-N-E-C-H-D-O-C-H-E. Okay, synecdoche. Okay, children, now let's see the last stanza. So here it is, rich with a sprinkling of fair, musk rose blooms, and such too is the grandeur of the dooms we have imagined for the mighty dead, all lovely tales that we have heard or read, an endless fountain of immortal drink pouring unto us from the heavens brink. So when you see the first line, rich with a sprinkling of fair, underline sprinkling of fair and you write small amount of. Okay, sprinkling of fair means small amount of. What is sprinkling? Musk rose blooms. Wow, underline musk rose and you write very large white color flowers. Okay, musk rose means large white colored flowers. They are called musk roses. So இதெல்லாம் mostly forestல தான் நமக்கு கிடைக்கும். Okay, musk roses bloom. இதெல்லாம் அழகு, the poet is telling. Next line you see, and such too is a grandeur. Underline grandeur and you write with high rank, very grand. Grandeur means very grand, of high rank. Okay, of the dooms. Underline dooms and you write the last day. Okay, the last judgment day of humans. Okay, the last day on the earth is called doom day, dooms. Next line you see, we have imagined for the mighty dead. Mighty means very powerful. Okay, very powerful dead. Dead means in that men. Okay, the men who died, they were very powerful. Okay, very powerful men who died. Ada meaning. All lovely tales. Tales means stories. Okay, stories that we have heard or read. an endless fountain of immortal drink. So idhula poet vandu again he is talking about the beautiful nature. He is telling that the even musk roses, they also give us beauty, they also give us happiness and grandeur of the dooms. Okay, that means see the next line also, we have imagined for mighty dead for all lovely tales that we have heard or read. So the poet says that the great men, the powerful men, like the Prithviraj Chauhan, so அந்த மாதிரி ரொம்ப பவர்ஃபுல்லான கிங்ஸ், வாரியர்ஸ், அவங்க மேலே பெரிய பெரிய லெஜெண்டரி ஸ்டோரிஸ் எல்லாம் இருக்கும் இல்லையா. ஸோ தோஸ் மென், அவங்க இறந்தா கூட those stories are still alive. Okay, and even those stories are very beautiful. Okay, they give us endless beauty, an endless fountain of immortal drink. Fountain na theriyumla, what is fountain? Fountain means what? The ஒரு அழகுக்காக நம்ம பில்டிங்க்கெல்லாம் வெளியில் வைப்போம்ல, the water will come out of the fountain. So that instead of water here, the fountain is giving us immortal drink. Immortal means what? Never ending. So here immortal drink is happiness, the beauty. Okay, underline immortal drink. In that the beauty is compared with immortal drink. Okay, pouring unto us from the heavens brink. So அந்த drink எங்க இருந்து கொட்டுது? That drink is pouring means கொட்டுறது. Okay, it is dropping. From where? From the heavens brink. Heavenல இருந்து அது கொட்டுது. Okay, brink, underline brink and you write extreme edge of heaven. Okay, extreme edge of heaven. So heavenல இருந்து தான் அந்த drink வந்து நம்மளுக்கு கொட்டுது. என்ன drink அது? Beauty, அழகு. Okay, and that beauty is giving us happiness. Okay children, so that's all this poem is. Now let's see. Here I have made a list children. Here left side you can see the source of beauty and the right side you can see the cause of suffering and pain. Now see the beauty. The poet வந்து எழுதிருக்காருல beauty. What are the beautiful things here? The sun, the moon, shady trees, daffodil flowers, streams of water, thick forest, musk roses, and then tales of heroic men. Okay, இதெல்லாம் தான் beauty and they are the source of beauty. Okay, இதுல தான் நமக்கு அழகு. We have to search for beauty in all these things and that beauty will give us permanent happiness. And on the right side you see suffering and pain. So என்னெல்லாம் suffering and pain நம்ம வேர்ல்ட்ல இருக்கு? Desire to offend others, மற்றவங்களை கஷ்டப்படுத்த நினைக்கிறது. Then hopelessness, bad health, unhealthy, படிச்சோம் இல்லையா? Unhappiness, what is unhappiness? And the over darkened ways, அது நம்ம படிச்சோம் இல்லையா? Then gloom means sadness and darkness. இந்த வேர்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் போயிட்டு யூஸ் பண்ணியிருக்காரு டு ஷோ த சஃபரிங் அண்ட் பெயின். ஸோ வேர்ல்டில் இவ்வளோ சஃபரிங் பெயின் இருந்தும் கூட அந்த லெஃப்ட் சைடில் இருக்கிற சோர்ஸ் ஆஃப் பியூட்டி நம்மளுக்கு எப்போவுமே அந்த பியூட்டி, அந்த சந்தோஷத்தை கொடுத்துட்டே இருக்கும். இட் வில் ரிமூவ் த coffin, it will remove the cloud of darkness, it will remove the cloud of unhappiness from our sad gloomy lives அப்படினு poet சொல்றார். Okay, now let's see the theme. So this is the theme children. A thing of beauty is a constant means permanent, never ending. Okay, source of joy. Okay, so நம்ம லிஸ்ட் படித்தோம், என்னென்ன பியூட்டிஃபுல் அழகான விஷயம் என்னென்னு படித்தோம். எஸ் ஆர் நோ? ப்ளீஸ் நோட் எவ்ரி திங் சில்ட்ரன். நெக்ஸ்ட் இம்மார்டல். ஹவ் இஸ் பியூட்டி? இட் இஸ் இம்மார்டல். இம்மார்டல் மீன்ஸ் நெவர் டையிங். அதுக்கு வந்து எண்டே கிடையாது, அழகுக்கு எண்டே கிடையாது. அதுதான் ரியல் அழகு. தட் இஸ் த ரியல் பியூட்டி அப்படின்னு போயிட்டு சொல்றாரு. அண்ட் தட் பியூட்டி இஸ் ஃபவுண்ட் எவ்ரிவேர், வெரெவர் யூ கோ. யூ கோ ஆன் அ மவுண்டன், யூ கோ டு த வேலி, யூ கோ ஆன் த பீச். Okay, you go and see the rivers, streams, flowers, daffodils, sheep, animals. Everywhere you can find beauty. And this beauty, what will happen? It will transform our lives. நம்மளோட லைஃபே transform பண்ணும். Okay, transformation of life நடக்கும். So எப்படி transform பண்ணுது? From sadness to happiness, from gloomy to brightness. இப்படி தான் நம்மளோட லைஃப்பை அது டிரான்ஸ்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணுது. அண்ட் இட் ஆல்சோ ரிமூவ்ஸ் த நெகட்டிவிட்டி. நம்மளோட லைஃப்பில் இருக்கிற நெகட்டிவிட்டியை யார் ரிமூவ் பண்ணுறா? அந்த அழகு. அந்த அழகு கொடுக்குற சந்தோஷம். Okay, next it gives us pleasure. Pleasure means happiness. Okay, what is the meaning of pleasure? Happiness. Next, it is very important. What is very important? This beauty, the happiness which the beauty is giving us is very important. So that's all, children. The poem ends here. I want all of you to please read the poem again from the book and write the book back answers. They have given so many questions there. Please write it, and you will get one worksheet based on this poetry. So please complete that also, and please write down the poetic devices and meanings. Okay, so I hope you understood the poem. If not, if you have any doubt, you can contact me, children. So we'll see you in the next class. Thank you. Take care.